Josh, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, man. We've it's like I've anticipated this so much. I feel like we've done it in our heads. I've visualized this conversation. I'm really excited for you to be here.
I already feel like we all have a shorthand, and I'm just honored to be here.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Very positive vibes from Josh. I love it.
Come on, why not, right?
Do you describe yourself as like an optimistic, constantly happy person?
It's the antidepressants. I really don't have a say in the matter.
Do you take antidepressants?
Ones,
no, but I toy with
it.
Sorry?
Which brand are you? I'm Wellbutrin.
Ooh, so is my mom. No. Sorry, Mom. You guys can cut that out or leave it in. Hey, I don't think she listens to the pod. No offense.
None taken.
She's 77. I don't know if she knows how to get podcasts. But I don't, you know what? I'm constantly thinking about and considering it, but I am not currently on one.
Totally.
But I am happy to join the SSRI gang at any time.
When you feel down,
Yes.
what makes you feel down?
I have what I like to call the shitty committee in my head. And it just depends what the volume is when I wake up. But it tends to wake up a few minutes before I do. And it starts telling me all the reasons why I'm not enough or why things are not going to work out. Pretty textbook.
Do you feel like things haven't worked out? Because I feel like you're quite successful.
But isn't that the
It's all
thing?
relative.
Yeah.
Well, it also is like if data could be thrown in the face of even mild, mental illness or anxiety or depression, we, in many cases, it would just be eradicated, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't do well with reality. I have, I've been sober Sorry, I'm just completely opening up. It's like we've been sitting here for a while. I've been sober for almost 14 years or over 14 years. And sometimes I'll call my sponsor and I'll, just like normal catastrophizing that I think many people do, oh God, like if this, I'm so worried this isn't going to work out. And if it doesn't, what will then happen? And if I come to him with that kind of a problem, he'll go, yeah, I can't help but the pretend.
Do you worry about getting canceled?
Does everyone who does what we do worry about it on some level?
I think if they say no, they're lying.
Yeah.
And the idea that, if you haven't done anything, you have nothing to worry about, I think is disingenuous.
I'd say being married with a kid and being faithful to my wife really has eradicated a lot of that worry, thankfully. Like I'd be more worried if I was dating or not really, because I'm a good dude, but
but to your point, now people are out there. I mean, the truth is the cancel culture in some levels has become a cottage industry, so to speak, where people are making names for themselves by trying to do background checks on other people and then criticize them for, saying something that they need to apologize for or a mistake they've made, right?
Sure.
Maybe I don't know what it is, but there are people out there trying to cancel people for things that people probably have or apologized for in the past. Like that's the idea. Like we've all done things that we should have apologized for. We've all made mistakes. We've all said, I'm sorry for saying that. And usually we don't even realize in the moment. Usually, especially when we were younger, we had to realize and been told and learn why that was wrong or why we hurt someone's feelings, et cetera, et cetera. But no, it's a real thing. And people are out there. And I think we do live in a time, it's a small group of people, but a group of people who are capitalizing on trying to out people because people are, again, making names for themselves. And we're, if you go on TikTok and you say something kind of catchy and critical, that's what goes viral.
Well, and I think it's such a different playing field now because a lot of the people who, are coming into the spotlight, I don't know exactly when this started, definitely a few years older than me, if not further. Everyone has pretty much an online presence from at least, high school or college on. Now it's getting younger and younger of even, elementary school, middle school, people are just putting stuff online. So then once you get a following, there's just stuff to dig through. I mean, people don't have stuff that you wrote as a high schooler, I'm assuming.
I'm so thankful that I didn't get Twitter until I was an adult. And the first I had Twitter, I didn't tweet, I just followed sports teams. And so, yeah, like a lot of it is just like, I don't know. It's also like we all evolve and learn and change. And even a couple years ago, like I'm so grateful of how I evolved as a person and can recognize my ignorance from the past, you know, in terms of, you know, moving to LA. It's expanded my mind and my views on life. And I'm grateful for that. And it's weird. I think we have a culture that sometimes tries to, you know, I don't think we live in a time, I'm wondering if you agree, where we're not interested and looking at our growth. And looking where we were and where we've gone and how we've grown and things that we maybe got wrong in the past or thought and said, you know, I'm really glad I've evolved as a person. And instead of like, you know, saying that's a good thing, we're more focused on sometimes, at least some people are more focused on what people did or said in the past that was things they had to apologize for.
Yeah, I think that to your point, and I feel lucky that when I got on social media, I'd been so media trained from being like a kid actor that as far as I know, there's nothing over the last, 14 years since I've been on social media or whatever it's been.
As far as you know.
I find people get canceled for two reasons. Either they do something that is so glaringly unacceptable that they deserve to go away forever, or they're paying an asshole tax. That they've been awful for so long. They've treated people so poorly for such a long, basically just a long period of time that they found something to get them.
That's a good point.
And
I think there is some truth to that, where you just realize that like maybe they were they rubbed enough of people the wrong way.
Yeah, they mistreated people for long enough where they finally got them. But I feel like, and I would imagine maybe you'd feel similarly, if by being fallible and human, I eventually stick my foot in my mouth, which I probably will. It's possible. Well, then I find that your life becomes your defense because people will do a forensics on your life the moment you screw up. And they'll say, has there been behavior that would substantiate this or make us believe that this is who he really is, or this is the way he really thinks, instead of he was human and said something stupid and apologized. Yeah. And then your life sort of becomes the thing that vouches for you. And I sleep well at night knowing that like I don't lead a life that I'm ashamed of. And thus, if I do eventually screw up, which I'm sure I will in advance, I'm sorry, Mom. I feel like hopefully I'll be forgiven because they'll be like, this was out of character for him.